Despite the frustrations of the past trying to get the downtown Civic Center off the ground, local leaders are determined to overcome the final obstacles to their goal. When the final funds are raised, this area will no longer just be an empty section of the city.
That was a former reporter here at TV 35, George Moyer, back in 1982, expressing one of the many concerns about the Civic Center: money. The other was space. First and foremost, space was needed for the facility. That problem, one of many over the years, was eventually rectified. And on a rainy day in June of 1981, the demolition began on the old Blue Cross building. As forementioned, there were problems during demolition. On June 24, 1981, a bulldozer fell through the basement section of the Blue Cross building, injuring one man. Also, legal problems surrounding demolition. The Carpenter building, owned by Lima resident James Carpenter. The Civic Center trustees and Carpenter could not agree on a purchase price for the property. That problem was eventually worked out in the courts. Once the demolition was all complete, raising the money to build the facility was next on the agenda. Again, problems.
First, the delays caused by legal actions, the cost of living inflation that has occurred in the intervening time period increased our costs there.
Next came the awarding of contracts to build the facility, this taking place in November of 1982. Again, some delays, but all turned out well. After 19 to 20 months of haggling, legal problems, and fundraising efforts, the construction got underway in Lima's town square of the Veterans Memorial Civic Center. For nearly another year and a half, work continued on the facility to get it complete, and progress was being made by crews that worked daily on the structure. In August of 1983, you could begin to see the building form a shape that is now, of course, familiar to all of us. Then, with the facility about 90% complete, a new director was hired to run the everyday operation of the Civic Center.
I need to talk with the board so that we know exactly what philosophies we're going to be handling and what some of the policies are going to be. Trying to get my office set up, setting priorities. What sort of priorities are you talking about? Grade structure, number one.
The new cushiony seats for the auditorium arrived on August 30th, 1983, and on October 18th of the same year, the preparations began for the gala opening. Parking was a concern of the cities for persons attending the event, but everyone was accommodated. Then the time had come, opening night, and boy, what a bash. Dancing and Lima native comedian Phyllis Diller on hand, along with Hugh Downs and singer Helen O'Connell in town to celebrate the opening. The next day, more partying, 25,000 people in downtown Lima for a parade. So there you have it, from the very beginning to the opening night gala at the Veterans Memorial Civic Center. From Lima's town square, Jeff Fitzgerald, TV 35 News.